Hi everyone, I'm Russ.
I'm Mark.
And this is a spirited endeavor.
Prime in the Pump edition.
That's right.
All right, so we're doing some fun whiskeys tonight.
Boy, are we.
Yeah. So we film a bunch of these things together. So it's really kind of interesting to kind of compare and contrast some of them.
It really is.
Yeah. We usually save that for the live show, but this one is the High and Wicked.
Yeah, and this one sounds like it's going to be really interesting.
I'm excited about this one. So this one is aged 12 years. I know.
Yeah. I mean, that alone, all right, I'm curious at that point. However, they've gone a step further.
Yeah, they finished it in Cabernet casks.
Which this is the first whiskey we've had finished in Cabernet.
Now, we've had other wine finishes in there, but not Cabernet.
Yeah. So that's new as well. So, I mean, between that age statement plus the finish, this, I think, is going to be kind of interesting.
Yeah, this one's a 45% ABV, so it's no slouch.
Yeah.
I mean, just in the bottle, I mean, look at how dark that is.
Yeah.
I mean, age 12 years in Kentucky. This is a Kentucky whiskey. So I'm really, really curious about this one.
Me too. Now, don't know much about the distillery. Don't know much about the whiskey they're putting in the bottle. But certainly, from what we've gathered so far, sounds really interesting.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into this one here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Grab it.
Giggity.
I love that they use a synthetic cork on this one too.
Yes, definitely appreciated.
Yeah, that just makes things so much easier.
Well, especially if you have a pretty large collection of whiskey and you've got lots of open bottles or even unopened bottles. You know, the worst thing can happen is your cork starts to dry out and now you get air in the bottle and the flavor changes and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Synthetic doesn't happen.
Don't have to ever worry about that.
Yeah.
All right, so that is dark, and
I was going to say, it looks like a reddish tin.
yeah, it really does. It really does have a reddish cast to it.
Yeah. Not especially thin in the glass. Oils are pretty nice.
I mean, it has a nice swirl to it.
Yeah.
It leaves nice sheets of oil. So yeah.
Interesting.
Oh.
Oh, that's interesting.
So yeah, get a little bit of a little classic bourbon, but then it kind of just takes a left field turn after that.
Someone's having fun. Yeah, I agree. Definitely like a pretty conventional bourbon initially, and then I start getting some fruit notes, light fruit notes.
Right.
Not like cherry.
Nope, not cherry. I'm getting more like apple and apple skins, and maybe a little plum in there.
Interesting.
But I'm not getting the classic cherry note from this, although I get a little bit of the barrel spice. Just a little hint of barrel spice, nothing crazy.
And a little bit of alcohol vapor on the nose.
Yeah, a little bit.
Interesting. Well, shall we?
All right, let us.
Cheers. Oh, that is really interesting.
Interesting. So, so initially on the tongue, I didn't get much of anything.
No, it's real thin.
It's like really thin on the tongue, and then all of a sudden it's like hit mid palate and just goes, pow. And I'm getting fruit, definitely lots of fruit, like fruit cocktail fruit.
Yeah.
So like peaches and pears and like little bits of the cherry, like fruit cocktail.
Yeah, it's a lot lighter and brighter than I expected it to be.
Yes.
It's a bit thinner on the palate, although look, a wine finish that's not unheard of. The barrel spice isn't as forward as I expected, especially given the age statement.
Yeah, and then it kind of dissipates into like nothing. There's like no finish to it.
Well, and I think that's because the flavors are kind of light, and there's not much residual left behind. That, like you said, it just kind of gone.
Yeah, it just sort of vaporizes.
Yeah.
So there's nothing harsh on the back end because there's nothing on the back end.
I like the fruit notes. I really do. I'm getting a little bit of grape, like green grape though, not the typical. Like dark grapes.
Yeah. See, now the second sip is grainier, so I'm getting some of the grains in that. I know this is a corn. Let me see what the mash bill is on that one because I am really getting something crazy here. Okay, so hard to read.
Yeah, now I'm getting like citrus on there.
Yeah, so corn, rye, and malt.
So not really getting much from the rye.
I'm getting more influences from the malt because
Yeah.
there is a maltiness to it.
A little bit.
And now I'm getting like that really classic caramel note
Yeah,
on the back end.
that's what I'm getting at the moment. And that seems to be lingering a bit more than my initial taste did.
Yeah, and that's always a pleasant finish.
Yeah,
You get
I
a nice
agree.
caramel note kind of that fades off into the distance.
Yeah, there's no mistaking there is certainly a wine finish to this one.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Not quite as deep and dark as I was expecting, given the finish, given the age.
Right, exactly. It comes off as a lighter and brighter whiskey.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wonder if some of that's to do with the ABV.
Maybe.
If the 45 as opposed to, let's say, a 50.
Well, I mean, it was proof down to 45.
Yeah. Interesting.
This might have benefited from a higher ABV.
I think so. It's a little weak for my tastes, a little thin for my tastes. I think I would like to have seen this one at a higher ABV just to see if we could get a little bit more depth, a little bit more darkness, that moody nature that you can get with something with a higher ABV.
Yeah, it makes me wonder too. Maybe they proofed it down to this because there was something, at the higher ABV that wasn't palatable.
Sure, could have been an off note.
Could have been an off note, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But there's nothing off-putting about this one
Oh,
at
absolutely
all.
not. It's fine. Interesting.
High, wicked,
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
Medium
Sort of,
wicked.
Yeah, yeah, medium wicked.
Wicked-ish.
Yeah, wicked adjacent.
We'll go with that. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a Sharpie, one of those paint pens, and do ish next to it or adjacent.
All right, 1 to 5. What are you thinking?
3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2.5.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled with this one, but there again, nothing off-putting about it, but
Yeah, this is one where if it was on the shelf, I would consume it. It's not unpleasant. It's enjoyable. It's just my preferences go a little bit in a different direction. Again, I think the ABV being at 45% for me just leaves me wondering if 50 would have been a little bit better. But I would say I probably wouldn't buy a second bottle.
yeah, and now I'm kind of getting this little apple note,
Yeah.
on the like a lingering apple note, and
Yeah.
that's not unpleasant.
No, I mean, there's flavors there. It's just they're kind of muted. It's like they didn't quite turn the volume up high enough on that for my tastes. Now, this may be absolutely perfect for somebody because I will say initially it's a corn type bourbon with a wine finish, and it gives you what you would expect. It's just turned down a little bit in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, great.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining us, everyone. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, we sure did. We'll catch you on the next one.
Take care.
Okay, bye.